Well, so we're ready to look at what the stories are on the front pages of the newspapers. By the time they've been summarized on the news portal, emmanuel.atani, and so we just have to look at those stories. Let me just scroll and see how they go. Okay, so we have the Daily Graphic. On the front page, we have return to work and continue negotiating. President urges striking doctors, and the president was very much emphatic about his words and what really government's position is. On the subject of the medical doctors striking. President John Dramani Mahama called on the public sector doctors to call off their strike, and particularly like that very phrase he said, what they are doing is illegal, and I had never seen the president so much taking a stance on any issue and very much unnerved and unmoving. The next story, we have Bank of Ghana extend moratorium to DKM for additional 30 days. And that story also is ongoing. We know DKM Diamond Microfinance Company Limited has additional 30 days on its expiration, and so we'll see how it deals with the subject of all the sanctions that the Bank of Ghana likely is descending on it. 6 killed in Tiobodom gun battle. We know Tiobodom, which was made very much popular in Ghana by a hip-hop group some years ago, I think almost a decade ago. Well, there was some disagreement and some conflicts over there. Just a short one. Fighting erupted in Tiobodom near Techimani in the Bonafo region Wednesday, and this left about 6 persons dead. And the next story on the front page, we also have all the graphic. Government gives credit to young entrepreneurs, and the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative, they supported 107 young people with good and brilliant entrepreneurial ideas with some 2.7 million Ghana cedis. We know initially the President John Dramani Mahama had announced that the seed money for the fund was 10 million Ghana cedis. Daily Guide. Daily Guide has on the front page, I'm a living goat, Mahama speaks. And the other story, we have Nana appeals to doctors, and the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has appealed to striking doctors to return to the negotiating table and resolve their deadlock with government. We have 7 shots dead in Tiobodom. The news we're getting is 6. The Daily Guide says 7, but it doesn't matter. As far as we're concerned, we'll try and get the right figures for you subsequently when we speak to our correspondent in the Bonafo region. And it says a protracted chieftaincy dispute apparently at Tiobodom in the Techima municipality of the Bonafo region has claimed 7 lives after gunmen had attacked the palace of Nana Bafuasari, chief of Tiobodom, in broad daylight. That's as serious as it can get. The next paper we're looking at is the Chronicle. And so the Chronicle is up there. We have President John Dramani Mahama declaring that he's not a dead goat, contrary to statement which made rounds in sections of the media, and 6 die in Tiobodom as well. And so we have a lot more for you on the subject. The Ghanaian Times is the next paper we're looking at. The Ghanaian Times, Ghana to supply water to Togo's communities, as well as clearing agent shot dead, and a 47-year-old clearing agent, George Kwesi Agbenu, was shot dead in the head at a residence at Jericho, suburb of Ashaima, at dawn Tuesday by 3 unknown men who fled after the attack. Compensation for free zone enclave land. Western region community demands cash from chiefs, and tension, according to the paper The Ghanaian Times, is mounting at Sofokrom in the Sekunde area, that's Sekendi Takrady metropolis, as 3 families have accused the chief of Sofokrom, Nana Kwesi Badi II, of allegedly diverting 2.5 million cedis meant for them. So we'll see how they can resolve that as far as that is concerned. So that's how the stories have been summarized on the news portal myjoyonline.com. And so we'll quickly try and get a lot more of the stories as far as we're concerned, but this is what we need to do. We need to look at some of the stories as they've been displayed on the other news portals. And so let me just go to my next screen. You also get to see that we have a lot more of the stories going to be displayed as far as we're concerned. And when that is done, you get to see that a lot more of the stories have been displayed adequately. And we'll try and get a lot more hand on the subject. But in the meantime, though, please always make sure you get interactive on our social network page on News on TV. And that has been linked to Also our Twitter handle at Joy News on TV. And if you do that, please comment on many of the stories. On the portal City FM online, we have National Development Plan is feasible, and all this being quelled from that very interview the president had with Unique FM of the GBC. 4 died in Chobodom shooting, and now we know the latest update is 6. The Daily Guide is saying 7. Miss Adan speaks. I'm blank on my on how she got nude, and she appeared on ETV yesterday morning. Assassination threats. God is my protector. Mahama also said in that very story, and so President John Mahama also saying he likes Stonebwoy, Bafira. And, you know, for many of you know that very song Bafira by Stonebwoy, and so Stonebwoy says I'm humbled because the president mentioned him that has brand association, good brand association. I'm sure Nia Kofi Smatabe will say, yeah, that's the best as far as brand activation is concerned. 3rd edition of Ghana Gas Forum to be held in October. You have a chairman there, as well as exclusive. Abedi Pele opens up about his case transfer deals. He says that to his own knowledge, he feels that Jordan is the smartest among his children as far as getting close to being a very good football player. And he says rather Andre Dede Morgan Ayew is the one who is always imposing and always trying to get you attracted the first time you see him. But ultimately, in the long run, it is always Jordan who tends to get the job done. So he says that we, the soccer-loving fans of Ghana, should give his son Jordan Ayew some time, and he will just come all good. Okay. On the politics section, as well as the other sections, we have a lot more as far as we're concerned on that very page. But we'll give you Major Online, what the other stories are on Major Online, and so we'll have a lot more update for you on the subject as well. Okay, so please always make sure you get interactive. Again, the Facebook page Joy News on TV, and also Twitter handle at Joy News on TV. We have on the page Major Online, court hears suit against doctors, and it says an Accra fast track High Court is expected to hear a writ praying the court to declare the ongoing doctor strike illegal. We also have an update: heavy security in Chobodom after deadly clashes. And so you go up a little, go up. Okay. Okay, we have FDA. Let me see if I can come down. Okay, FDA investigates cancer causing agent in Fortivo Jomi, and the Food and Drugs Board says it is investigating an alert by the Tower Hamlet Council of the United Kingdom that palm oil purported to have been exported from Ghana to that country contains cancer causing agents. Sudan IV dye. That's as serious as it can get. Please be patient. Some ministers have also not been paid, according to the president. Again, called from that very interview he granted to Unique FM. We have Nana Addo also urging government doctors to return to the negotiating table. Now, Sir John, on MPP campaign manager position, he says that his choice is, Nana Addo's choice is his choice. So he really has no choice as far as that is concerned. But in the sports section, we have Messi, Ronaldo, and Suarez up for best player in Europe prize. And Mediama coach Storm Strand devalues league in favor. And we have a lot more stories on that very page, myjoyonline.com. So that'll be it for how the stories have been displayed on the various news portals. We look at City FM Online as well as My Joy Online. And please make sure for myjoyonline.com you're always there 24/7 to get the latest news update, and also get the latest interactive sessions on our social network page, Joy News on TV, and on our handle on Twitter at Joy News on TV. We're taking a break. When we come back, Baba Tando will be here with a lot more sports for you.